Good morning, Lake Braddock. Today is Tuesday, March 29th, and it is a gold even day.
Welcome to the Morning Brew's March News Show. Today we will be covering a variety of stories from Fairfax County's plastic bag tax to the new Bruin Bears. Let's get the news brewing.
With tears streaming from my eyes. See your mother raise the fireman, and I know I missed so much of your life.
Wordle is a popular game that requires players to guess each day's word. We explored how this game has captivated students and teachers at Lake Braddock.
Wordle is a gaming website in which you have 6 tries to guess a new 5-letter word every day. This passion project has turned into a worldwide craze, and the Lake Braddock faculty and students are no different. After an isolating year of online school, Wordle has been able to reconnect students, staff, and the Lake Braddock community through bonding over the game.
So you only do Wordle.
I only do Wordle.
Right. I do Wordle, I've done Nerdle, I've done the Worldle, and I've done the 4 one and the 16 one, which I can't pronounce. So I came across an article because it was not ad supported, which is unusual for a game, and since I'm a marketing teacher, that's what brought it up in my class, was look at how unusual this is for something to be so popular worldwide, and yet it's just been word of mouth and no ad generated revenue. And then of course it got by the New York Times. So we've been really bringing it up in our classes as a marketing related case study.
It was a great marketing tool first, and now we've kind of left it and keep playing.
I think any type of gameplay is really a great way to build a relationship. That's why I personally have all kinds of games in my classroom, including putt-putt and foosball and other things. I think anytime you can do something that's just a little different and give everybody a little break in the day, it really helps to foster a relationship for sure.
And I've told my classes I have one philosophy: work hard, play hard. When it's time to work hard. When it's time to play hard.
I think Wordle is connecting students and teachers by teachers usually know a lot of words, and so you can connect on a way that's like learning and then fun in a game. My favorite part about playing Wordle is when I win the game and I get more streaks added to my day, and I also learn new words, and I don't have a very large vocabulary, so it helps me expand my vocabulary.
While Wordle began as a simple puzzle game, solving these puzzles have also led to an unexpected solution in reforming our student-teacher relationships. This has been Justin Evans, Olivia Evans, Yasmin Tanyu, and Lauren Rubino signing off for the Morning Brew.
The recent 5-cent tax on plastic bags in Fairfax County has been implemented in order to reduce plastic waste in the area. Let's take a look into the impact this tax currently has on our community.
On January 1st, 2022, Fairfax County implemented a 5-cent tax on plastic bags in an attempt to reduce plastic waste. Will such a small tax make a big difference in our environment?
Done some research, and when they've instituted similar plastic bag taxes in places like Chicago, they saw like an 80% reduction in single plastic bag use. So even if it's $1 at the grocery store because you're doing a big trip, that's enough money for people to change their behavior. So within a few months, people did change their behavior. So it may be a little annoying if you're running in quick and you don't have a reusable bag, but again, it's a small price to pay to raise awareness and change people's habits to using less single-use plastic.
Some people are actually bringing in their own bags, so that definitely helps. I know for some people that really like the environment and want to preserve it, that it does help.
A lot of people do bring reusable bags, keep them in their car. There are a lot of sources of just bags that fold up really small that you can throw in a purse or a bag and use them as needed. I think it is one step that really helps. Something to keep in mind is that there are a lot of sources of plastic in our oceans and in our environment. And so this is something that the average person can do that is a small step that does help into preserving our environment and keeping single-use plastics from contaminating our water and our soil systems.
Compared to what people have been doing, it can be a slight inconvenience, but I think as far as the environment goes, a little tiny inconvenience can go a long way.
This has been Becca French, Peter Benson, and Caitlin Halloran signing off on the Morning Brew.
Last year, George Mason University professor Shane V. Caswell, along with other researchers, presented a 3-year study on how wearing headgear could have a big impact in reducing concussions in girls' high school lacrosse. The Morning Brew investigates why headgear has been optional and what this new study may mean for the future of girls' lacrosse.
Currently across the country, female lacrosse players at a state and local level are not required to wear headgear. We spoke to our school's athletic trainer, Miss A, along with George Mason professor, Dr. Shane Caswell, about how headgear could change the game.
So, main differences between guys and girls lacrosse is guys is considered a full contact sport, where girls is considered partial. So you see guys lacrosse, you have the helmet, shoulder pads, elbow pads, gloves, whereas girls you have goggles and mouth guard, and that's it. So guys can hit, they can check, so which is like stick to stick checking. They can like hit each other's bodies. They can not tackle, but they can like hit from a distance and like knock each other over, and it's totally fine and allowed and legal. Whereas girls, all you can do is stick to stick contact checking.
In the state of Florida, headgear is mandated, but it's the only state currently that mandates the use of headgear. USA Lacrosse in particular, as well as the National Federation of High School Sport and the NCAA, are awaiting data to provide evidence as to whether or not the headgear is effective. And we did a study where we put sensors on the heads of girls lacrosse players in Virginia, and we also paired that with video. Over the course of that study, what we noticed was that when we added headgear, that there was really no increase in the nature of the number of penalties that were sustained by players wearing the headgear or by individuals who are playing against them. There may not be a change in play. So I think the jury's still out in terms of the effectiveness of the headgear. It's important to note there is no helmet in girls lacrosse or in any sport that prevents concussion.
This has been Lillian Marchasco, Grace Heberer, Ismail Ali, and Adam Hazara, signing off from the Morning Brew.
A project is underway to replace the bears at the front of our school. We took a closer look into how this project started and what the final results will look like.
Students and alumni from Lake Braddock have recently taken to social media and shown concern for the replacement of our beloved Bruin mascot. Recent backlash regarding the funding and where it's coming from has been a hot topic at Lake Braddock, and the Morning Brew wanted to investigate.
I'm not only speaking as a former AP over there, but like as an alumni. The Bears haven't really been addressed in, we don't even know. Like, it's so old that nobody even knows. It could be 50 years, it could be 45, but it's a long time. There's a sentimentality behind them being there because it's all people have ever known. But if we're going to be real, two of them look like they're seals, right? Like, they don't even look like they're bears. It's to the point where it's a little bit of a safety concern. I don't know if you all have seen the bear lately, but it's got like metal rods sticking out the nose. There's parts of it that are kind of disintegrated is probably the best word, around the backside. And so I wanted it to look awesome for an awesome school.
I've received some messages from alumni, folks from like the class of 85 and the class of 83 are really opposed to the bear. I did see some makeshift signs out front about fund Esau, not the Bears.
With students' concerns in mind, we learned that the money set aside for the bear can only be used for the bear project and cannot be relocated into other educational programs at our school.
So the bear's being paid for by a few different places. We have a donation from the parent teacher student organization at PTSA. A previous graduating class has also left an allotment of money designated specifically for this project. I think 60 was the max budget. I believe we're going to come in probably closer in the mid-20s now, the mid-$20,000.
The first part, and it took a long time, was finding multiple vendors that could do it. And then you have to work through the county, right? So the vendors have to be approved by the county. We have to make sure to see, can we even afford to do it based on the limited vendors that we had? Getting it approved through safety, through FCPS, to make sure that what we're bringing in is suitable for a high school environment where kids potentially, you all have seen it, where kids like climb all over it.
The original creators of the bear have agreed to come and refurbish or like fix up the current bear for a very small cost. And if we do buy a new bear, it will be just one bronze bear, and that'll go up near the athletic complex.
People are very proud that go to Braddock and that have graduated from Braddock. And when you come up, it's really cool that you have the bears sitting there like greeting you as you walk up. So it's needed to be this grand welcome when you walk in for a long time. And the traditions extend, right? It's not a changed tradition. There are still going to be bears up front. The tradition just might look a little bit different.
This has been Lily Tran, Natalie Gillum, Cameron Tobin, and Michaela Brennan with the Morning Brew.
Now to Kay Daniels with our sports report.
What's good, Lake Braddock? I'm Kay Daniels with your LB Sports Report. Bruin baseball is back with a strong start, opening up with wins against Westpo and West Springfield. Sophomore Jake Drum threw 5 scoreless innings versus the Wolverines. Softball is 1-1 through their first 2. Catch the Bruins in action tonight against Alexandria City at 6:30. GSOC puts the region on notice with a 3-0 start and going toe-to-toe with Yorktown in a tough loss on Thursday. Sarah Kate already has 5 goals on the season. She and the rest of the squad play at home on Thursday at 7:15. Boys soccer opens 1-2-1 and looks to get on track at Langley on Thursday. Boys and girls lacrosse look to snip the Seahawks wings against South Lakes, with the girls at home and the boys at South Lakes. Overall, a really solid opening to the spring season. That's all I got for you today. Be easy, LB.
And now to your teacher and senior happy days.
If you see these teachers or seniors in the hall, make sure to wish them a happy, happy day. Thanks for tuning in to our news show. The news is over.
And our cups are empty.
See you next time on The Morning Brew.